welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you're here. This week we have lots going on. We have 2 separate markets where I'm going to be leaving my products. I'm going to be setting up for both of those tonight. So today is all about packing, preparing, and just taking you along with me as I get ready for everything. Okay, so as you can see, it is candle central here. I've been working on pouring a ton of candles, but unfortunately because of that, my candle studio is a disaster. I got in some packages last night that I was opening and setting up, but I didn't finish that yet, and then I need to wipe down all of my candles, label them. The first thing I'm going to do is clean up the studio a bit because I cannot focus when it's this messy. So I'm going to spend some time doing that, and then I'll take you along as I figure out what else needs to be done today before we set up. So the main thing that's making this mess is I got some extra risers because I'm going to be using them for our market today. So we put one together last night, and then I need to put the other one together, but this is just kind of stressing me out. And then also I have some tins over there that came in and they were unfortunately dented, so I need to return those. So let's just start packing some stuff up to make it feel a lot better in here. So I cleaned up the area so it's looking a lot better now. I'm going to trim all the candles, put the lids on, wipe them off, and put the labels on. My drink of choice today is a VA Energy. These things are so good. I get them from Sam's Club and they're honestly just the best. They don't have tons of caffeine and they basically just taste like a juice. It's really nice when I have lots to get done. Also, one of the things I've ended up purchasing that I got to use last night was this heat gun. So if you don't know, heat guns can be used sometimes if the tops of your candles are uneven or if you have little issues, things like that. And as you guys know, last week I had a kid who stuck his fingers in the candle at my market and I wanted to get this just to remelt the top so it'd be nice and smooth for someone else. So this is the candle of the one he stuck his fingers in. It's all nice and smooth now so someone else can purchase it. So that was super nice. And this is also just good too because I poured some candles the other day and I forgot about them for a little too long, so I poured them when they were too cold. They weren't as even as I wanted them to be. I just went over them with the heat gun and now they look brand new. This was definitely a great purchase. I think it was only like $15 or $16. I will be using this. If you make candles, I recommend getting one of these. So after heat gunning, we're left with nice smooth tops. All right, let's put the lids on. So today is September 25th, so it means that September is pretty much already over, which is crazy to me. I'm curious to know how you guys feel, but for me, I am taking a long time to get into the fall spirit this year, which is so weird because fall is my favorite season. I love it so much, but this year I've just been hanging on to summer. It also is weird as a candle maker because the candles that I made yesterday, I made a bunch of Christmas ones. So I feel like I'm kind of getting my seasons all messed up because I have to start planning for holidays so far in advance. So in my head, I'm thinking, oh, fall and Halloween are so far away because I bought the fragrance oil and started making them so long ago. But there's only like a month until Halloween. Because of that, I'm thinking maybe next week I should do like a fall themed video or something to really just soak it in. And I just really want to do it before fall is over and it changes to winter. And then I'm crazy busy thinking about all the Christmas stuff coming up because I have a feeling Christmas is going to be crazy. One thing that I need to have on long candle days like this is something on in the background just to keep me entertained from doing the same mundane, monotonous tasks. After finishing Friends, I realized that I needed a new show that I could put on in the background that I've already seen so that if I have to walk out of my candle room or if I'm focusing on numbers, things like that, it's not a big deal if I miss a little bit. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to restart Psych, which is a childhood favorite of mine. I love the dynamic between Sean and Gus and it just makes me laugh every time. So I'm probably going to pop that on in the background while I do lots of this stuff. But I'm curious to know if you guys have any good shows or podcasts, books on tape, anything that you guys would recommend because it's really nice to just have something on in the background. So I want your recommendations if you have anything good that you think I should watch/listen to. Alright, now it's time to label these Christmas ones. If you really care that much, you can try to figure out what scents I'm doing based on the little things that I wrote on them. But otherwise, I'm not going to show you guys quite yet what our labels look like for Christmas. I'm so excited about them. Plus, it's fun for me that I get to do like a little reveal with them and show them on Instagram as kind of like a sneak peek before you guys can buy them. One thing that I'm trying to figure out right now is should I have some of my scents maybe put off to the side until Christmas is over. So for example, in fall, I released 5 new scents. I'll put them right here. So I already had my solid 10 core list of scents that I've been doing when I started. Then I added on the 5 more. And then when Christmas comes around, I'm going to be adding on 5 more. So at this point, trying to have that many scents is a little overwhelming, especially because I'm wanting to do things like wax melt and maybe another fun project which would use the scents again. In my head, I'm thinking maybe I should put some of the scents that I picked out in the spring and summer to the side for right now. They would still be on the website because I still have some inventory of them, but in person I wouldn't bring them. It is, however, really hard to pick which scents to get rid of because I feel like whenever a scent isn't doing well, then I think, okay, I'll just bring it back in the spring and summertime. Maybe people will like it more then. But I swear every time I think that, then it's the bestseller for that market. I can never get it right. People are always surprising me with what their pick is. For example, I did the fun little trend where you try to figure out which candles are gonna sell.
My name is Lauren, and I think our best-selling candle is gonna be the Apple Harvest candle, and I think the worst is gonna be our Bamboo and Coconut.
So as you can tell, I thought Bamboo and Coconut was gonna be the worst seller, and it ended up being the best seller. I sold so many of them. So it's just really hard for me to pick ones to put away for right now because I'm always worried that I'm gonna pick the one that people are really gonna love at the market. But at the end of the day, I think it's important to not spread myself too thin. And the scents that I did originally pick for the summer, I think will be even more fun when I can bring them back because it really is just a big part of people's memories with spring, summer, fall, winter. So much of that is smell. You know, in the fall and winter, you want those cozier scents, things that remind you of the holidays. Maybe in the spring and summer, you want something a little bit fresher. So in my head, the things that I am going to potentially put away are banana bread, strawberries and cream, citrus agave, and lemon blueberry tart. So that's a lot of them to put away. I'm a little intimidated to do that, but at the end of the day, I picked those ones for the summer, and things like lemon blueberry seem more like a springtime thing for me, so I'd rather replace it with something more seasonal, like pumpkin spice buttercream. Getting rid of those is nice because a lot of those are sweeter scents, so I'll be able to switch those with the sweet scents that I'm doing for the fall and winter, but then I'll still be able to keep some more scents like coastal sea breeze, fresh linen, bamboo, and coconut that are more of those fresh, clean scents that people like, so there's still a variety for people to pick from. These are the ones that I would just be keeping on my shelves, but I wouldn't be bringing to markets, which I feel like is nice because we have so many other options, and I don't want people to have decision fatigue because if they come to my stand and I have 50 different candles, I feel like that's just way too overwhelming and not something people want to deal with. So it's important to me to make sure that I'm able to make all the inventory that I can and I'm not overwhelmed. So I don't know if I'm going to bring those ones to the markets that I'm doing today. It might be nice just because I have to do 2 full markets that I have these extra candles so I can set out. However, I think at the market after that, I'm not going to have them anymore. But if these are one of your favorite scents that you have, no worries at all because it will still be on my website, so you can just order there and you can still get them. So not a big deal at all. Okay, so it's later in the day and I kind of wanted to take you through what I've been working on. So I have thank you stickers. This is the only one I have, but I have these cute little thank you stickers. I actually made them a long time ago before I had even decided on my logo or my branding. So I'm running low on these, so I thought it'd be nice to reorder some new ones as well as change up the design a little bit. However, I feel like when I've been looking at buying stickers, it's just been more expensive than I've been wanting to pay. I put them on each of the shopping bags when I give them to people at market, which I think is so cute and helps distinguish me, but I don't think that I want to spend a ton of money to make them, especially because then it's just everything is out of pocket because I don't want people to pay extra for a thank you sticker. I've been trying to look at ways to make it a bit cheaper, and I found out that you can make thank you stickers from thermal printing. So if you can see that right there, that's my thermal printer. I normally just print out my little shipping labels on there, but I saw that you can actually make stickers on there. They're just in black and white. My thought was I'll get some pink normal stickers because this was like $6 or $7. The pink is a little bright for my taste, but it doesn't have to be perfect. But I thought I could just print some of the stuff on here and just do that. That's what I've been trying to work on, and it definitely has been a lot of trial and error, mostly error to be honest. To start, this was my original sticker logo right here, but when I tried to print that out, this is what it came out with. Okay. Ugly. Does not look good at all. Using a thermal printer means that you have to have things pretty dark for it to show up, I feel like. For example, with this gingham, you can see the dark squares, but you can't see any of the other gingham pattern. So I decided, okay, well, let's just redo my entire sticker pattern and try to figure out what will work. So I tried some with stripes, which... First off, my logo is just way too messy, but the stripes are just, it's just not my vibe. It's too harsh. So I've just been trying to figure out, I would maybe do this picture right here, and I tried it and it just keeps printing off center and I just don't really like them. I've been spending time doing that today, but I'm probably gonna take a break and start working on packing up my candles. I'm gonna have to come back to these stickers another time, but if you guys print any stickers on thermal printers, please leave any tips or tricks. I really just want to have a cute customized thank you sticker, but I don't want to have to pay an extra 50 cents to $1 for every one that I do. Maybe I should put some of these stickers on people's orders just to be funny. Guys, be honest, should I sell this in my shop? Hey guys, unique stickers, $5 each, one of a kind. Would you pay $5 for that? Be honest. So as we know, since these are central checkout markets, I need to have pricing on the bottom of every single one of my candles. So right now what I need to do is go through all of the candles, pull out the ones that have pricing, and then I'll find ones that have been curing for longer than 2 weeks. I'll put the warning label on and a pricing label. Lots to be done, and I honestly should do this on a more semi-regular basis, at least with the warning labels. But a lot of times I leave it until before a market, so then I have to go through so many candles. So maybe that's something I'll try to get better at. So it's much later in the day and candle studio's a mess again. That kind of just happens when you're prepping for markets, but as you can see, I've pulled so many candles. I spent a lot of time today checking the dates on the candles, as well as applying warning stickers and then cutting out more pricing stickers and applying those as well. So it honestly took a really long time, especially because I also had to do my wax melts right there. I just spent the last, I don't know, maybe 2 hours doing that. Is pretty tedious. But now we're ready to start packing everything up, which is super nice. We actually have some pretty late setup times tonight. They gave us 2 options where you could either do late tonight or early tomorrow morning. And since I wanted my husband to be able to help me carry things in, we're gonna do it late tonight. So we're gonna go all the way to Traverse Mountain and set up there. And then we're gonna go all the way to Salt Lake and set up there. Bit of a drive, lots to do, but I'm excited to get it all set up and see how everything looks. I have lots of candles, which is nice. And I'm thinking of bringing some of the extra fall candles in case people want those. But I'm excited that everything's worked out and that I was able to have enough candles in stock to do this. And I'm hoping that we sell a lot. That'd be super awesome. So I'll try to take you behind the scenes with me today as I set up for both of those markets. Alright, we're all packed up and ready to go, but I severely underestimated how much stuff I was going to be bringing. We've brought 6 boxes full of candles, as well as 2 banners, 2 tablecloths. I needed magnets, sticky tape, we brought tables, just a bunch of stuff. I also didn't show you guys the wax melts that I made the other day, but I'll insert some pictures here. So I just spent all day pretty much in the kitchen making wax melts. I still use a double boiler method for that, so I have to make everything in the kitchen. But everything turned out great. We are hungry and tired, but ready to put everything up for display and then hopefully get a hot dog on the way home. next morning we're back at the candle studio, and let me just say I am tired from yesterday all day. I don't know if I even showed everything that I did, but I did so much prepping and working and little small things as well. And then as soon as my husband got home, we went and drove to Traverse Mountain, set up there, and then we went and drove to Salt Lake, set up there, and came back. And it was really late at night. Well, I guess not that late, it was like 10 something, but I'm just not used to having to set up that late, so it really felt like I was going all day long. So today is going to be a lot more of a chill day in the sense that it's a lot of computer work. Unfortunately, I'm getting to the point again where I need to put in some more purchase orders for wax, labels, containers, things like that. And honestly, that's hard for me sometimes because I'm paying so much money at once, which obviously I get back when I sell my candles. It kind of feels like a never-ending battle because every day it feels like I'm purchasing something new. For example, I just got a new pitcher so that I can pour more candles at once. I also had to get more wick holders because I have 36 right now, something like that. And after I run out of them, then I have to stop pouring candles. And I've been pouring so many candles lately that I've been wishing I had more. So those just came in. I got 2 new boxes of tins, but I feel like I'm gonna fly through those, so I probably need to get more of that. So that's just the plan for today. I also need to upload this footage and start editing it for YouTube. Today is Friday. I normally try to do the bulk of my editing on Thursday and Friday and then do little tweaks throughout the weekend before I upload Monday morning. There have been some days where I've had to do the bulk of it on Sunday, and that kind of sucks. It's not my preference. So I'm hoping to get a lot of it done today. We also have my husband's little sister coming to hang out with us tonight, so I have kind of a hard cutoff around 5. I'm gonna try to see what all I can get done today, and I'll keep you guys updated. Alright, I just wanted to end this video off. So I went and picked up the stuff from the Salt Creek Market yesterday, and I'll insert the clip here. We had sold, I think, 8 candles and 2 wax melts, so pretty good overall. And then today I'm going to be going to the Traverse Mountain one, so we'll see how much I sell there. I do feel like I am maybe cursed a little bit though, because last week I told you guys how some kid came by and dropped a candle and stuck his finger in a couple others. Well, yesterday when I went to pick up my candles from the Salt Creek Market, when I was picking them up, I was noticing some of them were kind of greasy, and I was so confused. So we thought about it and we figured out it's probably because there was a tallow vendor there who was doing tallow lotion, and they had done a sample and they were just right around the corner from us. So people were picking up my candle with the greasy tallow hands, and so some of my candles have like big grease spots on them now where people have picked them up. So I'm not exactly sure what to do with that. Some of them it's not too obvious, but other ones like this, like you can just see like the massive fingerprints on them. So I must be cursed, because that's another thing that's happened that I'll need to figure out how to fix. But anyways, doing the market was fun. I will say I still don't think central checkout markets are my favorite. I also don't think they're the most successful for my brand personally. I just think it always goes better when it's in person and I can answer questions and people can talk to me and they can find out a lot more about me, and it's just better overall. Plus, I don't have to have a commission taken out. So that might be my last central checkout market one for a while. I'll still keep my products in my retail space because that one has been going well, but just the weekend ones I think I'm gonna stop doing. Anyways, tonight I just have to go pick up my stuff from Traverse Mountain, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!